Welcome to another video, Chelsea fans. How you all doing? Hopefully you're all good. After the game last night, the 2-2 draw, remember it's just pre-season. People are just there to get fit. Don't be too harsh and all that. Don't be critical. It's too early for that. But this video is about a tweet that went out from Nicolo Shearer, a respected journalist who's in the know when it comes to transfers. He's obviously, Fabrizio's up there as the best one. We all know that. He's the big man in the know. But this guy is always spot on as well. And he sent this tweet out the other day. Many Chelsea players are ready to leave during the summer transfer window because they're not in Chelsea's plans. And he listed the players, and I'm just going to go through the list. Kepa, Petrović, Slonina, Chilwell, Chalobah, Sarr, he's already gone. Casadei, Andrey Santos, Sterling, Broja, Datro, Fofana, Romelu Lukaku. What a list of names that is. Some of them will be loaned, but some of them will be sold. And I want your feedback on these players as we go through them, starting with Kepa. Now, Kepa has made it clear he wants to go to Real Madrid, and I don't think we should stand in his way. He's had numerous opportunities at the football club. He's had some good games. He's had some bad games. But he wants to go to Real Madrid, and he wants to be a number 2 to Thibaut Courtois, the snake over there. So I say let him go. Chelsea, that's one transfer mistake they made, was Kepa, spending all the money they did on him, hoping that he would develop, and it just never really happened to a level where we expect him to be. Think of when we signed him to the time now, that progression, a clear, established number 1 hasn't happened. So Kepa's going to go. Hopefully sold. We get some money recouped. I see a tweet earlier today saying as little as 12.5, 15 million. Because of obviously the value of him, bearing in mind his contract and what his worth is now. Kepa, gonna go. Now, I want your opinions on this one, people. Đorđe Petrović, signed last season from the MLS, coming to the football club to work hard and establish himself. Sanchez was the number 1 goalkeeper, made a few errors, got himself injured, and Petrović stepped in, and fair play to the guy. He made it his own. And yes, he had a couple of games where he made some mistakes. But for the most part, Petrović was good. Chelsea's form towards the end of the season, 1 defeat in 14 games, he played a big part in that as well. You have to understand. And I'm thinking when the season finished and we move into this pre-season, building up to the season starting, he's the number 1. It's now up to Sanchez to knuckle down and try and get that shirt back. And now we're being told he's going to be sold. I just think it makes little sense to me. Absolutely little sense whatsoever. What do you guys think? Do you think that Petrović should be our number 1? Obviously, we're being linked with the bloke from Villarreal. We're also being linked with Lunin at Real Madrid. If Kepa wants to go to Real Madrid and Lunin wants to leave, an exchange I'm reading. But I think it's really, really hard on Petrović. I think the Chelsea hierarchy are making some real snap decisions on signing players and snap decisions on selling players. And I think he's one of them, Petrović. I think he's been outdone by. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Next, Gabriel Slonina, signed a couple of seasons ago to come in to establish himself, build, improve, push for the first team. Is it going to be a loan or is it going to be sold? We've got Bergstrom there. We've got Sanchez there. Has the club just decided, no, too many, get rid of these 3, stick with those 2 and bring somebody else in? Makes no sense. Slonina is highly rated. The same with Petrović. But we pulled the trigger too soon to buy him, maybe. And now we're sitting there with these new directors and technical and sporting, whoever, are going, no, we need to take stock of everything. And, we made a mistake there. Don't worry, we'll brush it under the carpet and sell them. Ridiculous situation. The next 2 players, for me, are shocking on this list. Ben Chilwell. Now, we're seeing reports that Chilwell is up for sale, potentially, if a bid comes in, the right bid comes in. And I want your guys' opinion on this because I think it's scandalous. And the only reason is because of his injury record. If Ben Chilwell keeps himself fit, Ben Chilwell, based on a full season playing, compared to Marc Cucurella, who's been outstanding the last 6 months. End of the season for us. Euros, outstanding. Don't get me wrong. But when push comes to shove and both are fully fit and they play all season, You're going to get far more output from Ben Chilwell going forward, assists, goals, and defensively than you will Cucurella. And that's no slight on Cucurella. It's just a fact based on previous experience, what we've seen before. So to say Cucurella is now the main man, fair play. If he is, then he's earned it for his performances. But can you really just disregard Ben Chilwell? Unless the medical team has said there's a problem, an ongoing issue, then Chelsea would need to cut their losses and sell. But Ben Chilwell needs to have a full season, the same as Reece James. Both are the same. Both been injured at the same time over the last couple of seasons, and it's cost us dearly. We need both of them fit. A fully fit Ben Chilwell stays in the squad for me. Does he stay in the squad for you? Do you agree with what I'm saying about Chilwell, that his output will be greater than Cucurella overall over the course of the season? Let me know in the comments section. Now, this is the one that everyone's been talking about, and the one that we just can't fathom, the fact that all footballing philosophy, footballing a tactical decision, take stock of what we have sort of type of decision has gone completely out the window, and it's purely business. But just when I say this, just look at the players on this list. Now, Malang Sarr's gone on a free transfer. Andrey Santos is going to go on loan. Chilwell hopefully will stay. Slonina, maybe Petrović goes on loan. I don't know. Casadei possibly loan, but maybe a full deal because I think he's got family issues. I'm not so sure. But look at the other players on that list and the amount of money you're going to get into that football club. You don't need to sell Chalobah for pure profit. Chalobah has played a big part in a run of form at the end of the season, like Petrović did. Now, when you look and say we're going to take stock of the defenders that we've got, Levi Colwill, outstanding. He stays in the squad. Now, I don't know what other people are seeing or if I'm just completely blinkered, but I thought Axel Disasi grew into the season last year. Was unlucky to miss out towards the end of the season, but I thought that he grew and improved as a player, and I don't think he's as bad as everybody else made him out to be. That's just my own personal opinion. So I'd have Colwill Disasi as 2. I'd have Chalobah as 3, and then Tosin, obviously, as 4. He's just come in the squad. And I would get rid of Badiashile because he's not really impressed, really. He's not pulled up any trees. So that's what I would do for my 4 at the back. What would you do? Would you sell Chalobah? Or would you keep him and maybe Disasi? To me, it's between those two, but Disasi for me has improved much more than Badiashile. So that's why I would go with Disasi over Badiashile, and I'd sell Badiashile. But that's just me. Chalobah, part of our academy, improved season on season for me at the back. Proved himself. Obviously got his goal as well for the football club. Or 2, I should say. But Chalobah, I think, is outstanding. And I think Chalobah needs a lot more credit than what he's being given. And if it is purely business, then it makes no sense looking at the list of players that could potentially be sold and the ones that have left the football club already. So, don't get it. Let me know your comments in the comments section. Malang Sarr, free transfer already. He's gone. And let's just say he had his chances. He was brought in as a squad player. And I think it's hard on him, really, because my philosophy, my mantra, when it comes to transfers and the transfer window, is you've got a squad of players and you trim them and you bring people in. So you trim your squad and you bring people in, but the people you must bring in must provide competition for places straight away, without question. They can't just come in and think, I'm just going to be a squad player, because the people that are in that first team will look at them and think, well, they're no threat to me. And it doesn't force them or motivate them to keep their level, to raise their game and sustain their level at a good level, to be good enough to be playing week in, week out in the first team. You want that competition which drives the quality of the side up and the levels up. You know, John Terry spoke about the fact that he wasn't the best player, but his training and his levels were up here and everybody else had to join him. And that's what you want on a day-by-day basis. But you want somebody else to come in and be up there as well, challenging you and your spot. Because if you don't, then it's just like, whatever, welcome to the squad. You know, maybe you've got a game here and there, League Cup or whatever. And Malang Sarr was one of those players. Cesare Casadei. Now, there are reports, obviously, some family issues. I'm not sure if it's got any substance to it, but Casadei might have to go back or wants to go back to Italy. And there are plenty of takers, including Fiorentina. And I think Chelsea maybe just decide to go and do that. Now, Casadei proved his worth at Leicester. He done well, scores goals, imposing player. He did all right in the first team. Didn't really have a major influence, but I think he's one of these people that he needs to get in, bed in, play week in, week out to then grow. But he's not going to get that chance at our football club. So will it be a loan if it's a temporary thing? Or will we sell him? But I understand Casadei going. What do you do? What do you guys think? Let me know. Comment section. Also about Chalobah and Sarr as well. Andrey Santos, Chelsea got high hopes for this guy, and it's going to be a loan deal. I'm sure it's going to be a loan deal. What do you guys think? Do you think it'll be a loan? Hopefully so. Next one, Raheem Sterling. Now, there is an argument that for the most part of his time at Chelsea, he never played in his natural position. He played on the right. But his natural position is on the left-hand side. Now, Chelsea have got an abundance of players that can play out there now on the left-hand side. You've got Nkunku that can start and play out there. You've also got Mykhailo Mudryk, who I still fear for his future, I have to say. You've also got Keenan Dewsbury Hall that can go out and do a job out of there now. And, of course, Nicholas Jackson's a winger. Started off as a winger, a left winger, transitioned into a forward. So, with Sterling being the highest earner, £350,000 a week reportedly, is there any substance in this that he's going to go and he's up for sale and who's going to take him? If he plays week in, week out and he can get anywhere near his Man City form, he's going to be a benefit for someone. But do you think he's going to go? Do you think that Sterling will be sold before the end of the window? I guess we have to wait and see. Another one, Armando Broja. Now, I think this guy, I think the guy deserves a shot for me. I think he can lead the line. He obviously has something very different. He scores goals. He's already proven he scores goals. So, again, profit through the academy. So, it's tough on Broja because I think he can do a job. But I just think injuries and things like that have gone against him. And it's tough to see him go if he does go. So, obviously, loaned out to Fulham last year. Didn't really get an influence there. We made extra £4 million off Fulham for it. They never played him enough. But Broja, I think he'll go. What do you guys think? Let me know. Comment section. Datro Fofana, another signing from this particular era. And another mistake. Based purely on data and stats. And it's not working out. Got a couple of goals for Burnley last year. Good for him. Don't think he's Premier League level for me. And I'm not being disrespectful when I say that. I think he's Championship level. But obviously abroad where he was playing before, I think he can do a job. I just don't think that he's at the level we need him to be. And I understand him being sold. Finally, Romelu Lukaku, bye-bye. We've spoken enough about that guy and his situation at Chelsea and his time at Chelsea. And the biggest mystery for me about Lukaku is someone that big, someone that imposing, someone that muscular and physical wants to play more like a Timo Werner type of a player, playing off the shoulder and running in behind, than rather be a Diego Costa, a Didier Drogba, or Olivier Giroud type of player. It baffles the life out of me. Always will. He doesn't do enough in the air. He's not good in the air, and he should be. I don't get it. And so Lukaku, bye-bye. Hopefully off to Napoli. But yeah, so that's just a list of players that are supposedly up for sale, stroke loan, a couple of them. And what do you think of it? How many of these players would you sell? That's what I'm asking you guys. Let me know in the comment section. Anything I've discussed about these players. No fancy graphics, just me chatting to you with this on screen, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications. Let's get chatting in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you soon.